Alright, so do you know who Chris Hedges is? Well, if you don't, Chris Hedges is a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. He spent many years as a war correspondent. He's won a ton of awards. He started a prison college education, well, education in general in prisons. There's a lot to him. He's even an ordained minister or something like that. But Chris Hedges, who was on one of the big legacy media. I don't know if it was NBC or MSNBC or CBS or ABC or whatever. But he was also on the New York Times. He was on the Washington. He was a editor and journalist at the New York Times. He was at the Washington Post. He's been on a lot of the legacy areas, but he was basically pushed out because he was talking about all the nasty, illegal, criminal activity happening in the political realm, in the so-called corporate business realm, banking and all that. He was just putting it out there, and he got pushed out. And also he's an author. He's written quite a few books on all of this. He's a personal he's a personal he has a if I think he stated that he has a personal relationship with Noam Chomsky. So you know, he had a show on RT. That's how far he got pushed to the margins. But he's one of the big names for those who are, I guess you can I guess if you have to put a label, a dissident leftist. Anyways, about a week ago, he was on Jimmy Dore's show. Actually, a week ago from today, he was on Jimmy Dore's show. And Jimmy was interviewing him. And, God, I can't think of the title. But just find Jimmy Dore and go through his videos until you see Chris Hedges in the title, and it should be no more than a week old, depending on if you look at it later today, or you can do the math. Anyways, but and it has AOC and the squad in the title as well, and how they are helping to bring about the corporate takeover. Now, originally I saw that, and I saw Chris on Jimmy Dore show, and they were talking, but they were starting to talk about his work in prisons, teaching in prisons. And I had seen this already. On about his work in prison and so on and so forth. And so I thought he might have been just rehashing this. But it was far more than that. and I just happened to finish it up not too long ago, the full interview on Jimmy Dore. But basically, Chris Hedges and excuse me, freaking chronic bronchial irritation. So basically, what Chris was talking about is what I talk about a lot of my videos, is that a lot of these things that are done to minorities and blacks and poor in this country, the stuff that the right, the radical right, is all over, and rabidly all over. The racism and all that, misogyny and all that other stuff. I've said it several times that it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass, because the politicians, the corporations, and those the elite uber wealthy who control the corporations, who control the means of production, who controls the land, money, and all other levers. They have no ideology beyond we're in charge, you will do as we dictate. I've equated it to them being considering themselves nobility and nobility and aristocratic ruling class. That's it. And we've seen enough tropes about how truly demented and evil they are, nobility and monarchies and so on and so forth. We've seen evidence that gives some clarity and truth. I mean, you got Prince Andrew of the UK. He's fucking guy is a pedophile. There's examples of the opium where the Queen of England and the nobility were all on board for being drug dealers, and starting and getting others in the West to join them in the opium wars in China. We also know that the U.S. government, the war on drugs, is basically to give themselves license while victimizing and vilifying everybody else, but they're the ones actually doing the drug dealing through the CIA, the DEA, and FBI, and And so, there's just so many things that are coming out in the open. You got Donald Trump pushing that malaria drug, which you got doctors and virologists and people that have actually got have training and got degrees, and they're saying no, that it's dangerous. There's a lot of very nasty side effects, and that they're saying there's no reason to be pushing it, but Trump is pushing it. This just goes to show you. You heard about how you're hearing about stuff like Flonase and what is it? It's supposed to be a hay fever like sort of drug that's you can buy over the counter. It starts with a Z. I forget what it is. But but that's not all. But there's literally dozens upon dozens of drugs which have been shown to be linked to causing cancers, causing Alzheimer's, early dementia, to liver failure, to kidney failure, um, uh, brain uh, brain clots and brain cancers, and it's uh, it just goes on and on and on. And so I've been saying for quite some time, and that's because I've done the research myself. I don't have a degree. I barely graduated from high school. I don't have a degree, but because I did the research, because I paid attention, because I'm looking at it critically, and I'm learning from the mistakes I make during my research. Because I've been fooled a few times, but I get embarrassed, but I don't allow it to cloud my thinking, and I look into it, and I come to better clarity. That is, because I'm also prone to allowing my emotions to take over my clarity, my critical thinking. But this is basically what Chris Hedges is saying on on the interview with Jimmy Dore. That was, as I said, that clip interview was about a week ago. So, actually, probably a little bit more than a week ago now. But another point I've been making is that a fascist, racist, misogynistic, hedonistic, no holds barred, totalitarian, authoritarian dictatorship is what's being accelerated. And I've been saying this for some years now. And the media and everybody else, the legacy media and all these quote-unquote people who are experts and have degrees are saying, oh, no, everybody else is the dictator. Everybody else is evil bastards. But the U.S. has been doing this for a very long time, starting with the genocide and slavery, that the genocide of the South, Central Mexico, and North America. And that's because the U.S. Were from white European countries, and the descendants have just used the same thing, but in different ways, and wording it in such a way so you don't make the connection of the extreme violence, the extreme evil, hatred, and contempt that they view. They hide it, and because they're hiding it by using words like economics, by all these others, that they're aware of what they're doing. And so Chris Hedges just basically spelled it out without really doing any blustering or anything like that. He's basically saying, yeah, no, because Jimmy asked him, he said, you say that we're slowly getting towards that. He goes, but I think it's actually I think it's actually sped up, and and we're really a very short period of time before it's gonna completely happen. And Chris agreed with him. So if you don't know Chris Hedges, do some research into him. I don't think you'll find a more honest actor, a more forward-thinking, critical thinking person like him. And this guy has at least some legitimacy, and he's not a slub like me who, you know, barely got out of high school. Has worked worked as a laborer all his life. You know, the only achievement really is that I got a Class A license, and I drove trucks for a lot of years. And look at the cost it has done to my body and my health, especially working around the fossil fuel industry. I know the health problems that can rise, and so I understand. Doesn't matter how privileged you think you are in the system. The only privilege and exception and exceptionalism that matters to the ruling class is that you're in the ruling class and you have enough pull and influence to threaten another member of the ruling class. That's it. The rest of us, they don't give a rat's ass. And it doesn't matter if you look like me. You could be Snow White. You could be Snow White, and you could be a burly guy, and you have Snow White skin. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter if you live in a suburb and your house is worth $500,000, but it's a colonial sitting on a quarter of an acre of land. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that your town is considered to be one of the wealthier towns. It doesn't matter unless you have hundreds of millions to billions, and you have connections to the wealthy and the board members and majority shareholders and politicians or an influential judge, or understand judges. How many fucking judges you know that live in small houses? It's like every fucking time I find out there's a judge, they got these fucking houses that are worth a couple $1 million. You got governors and mayors living in fucking mansions. You got police chiefs. See, the thing is if you don't have any pull, which is an astoundingly large amount of us, if you don't have any pull, you're shit out of luck. You got a bullseye on you. Because all you need to do is say something that hits them the wrong way for whatever the fucking arbitrary reason they want, and you could be sent to jail, you could be killed, you could whatever. Go. So do the research on Chris Hedges. Check out the interview with Chris Hedges, and you'll come to understand. You'll come to understand what I'm talking about. And if you, and there's quite a few, I have a few active subscribers that who leave me nice comments, encouraging comments, and if and they seem to be watching my videos frequently. If you're following me and you're invested enough to pay attention, then you know what I'm talking about. You see it, or at least you're you might have a fuzzy gut feeling about it. And that's the problem. We've been propping up the evil. It's the reverse of what's in the Bible. All the good parts of the Bible, flip it around, and all the bad parts about how the devil is a liar, a cheater, he's looking to corrupt you. That's basically what we've been propping up. We haven't been doing the good parts. We've been propping up all the bad parts. Kill the gay people. Kill the heathens. Force down the throat of Christianity, which is the latter parts, the bad parts, which is being promoted by the ruling class. And it's our simpletons, our dumbasses that see the value that doesn't exist in the good parts, because we keep propping up the opposite. Oh, and that's another reason I like Japanese anime. And Japanese anime is interesting because they like to do that. They like to put out animation that tackles that of, supposedly it's supposed to be a religion of love and all that other stuff, but all the bad parts of that religion is what is promoted, what is upheld by the general public. But the patina of, we're Christians, we're good, and so on and so forth, but it's all the bad things. It stands on the head the validity of Christianity, but also of other religions. Hinduism, Judaism, Muslim, Islam, it doesn't matter. It's all religions are a tool used to prop up the ruling class, to muddy and distort the reality of what is good, what is morality, what is ethical, what is principle. It distorts it. That's what religion is. There's no actual good in it. And the thing is I keep on saying, you don't need a book to tell you how to be good. You know it. You know it. You don't need that. We don't need the leadership. We don't need some con artist telling us how, because it's simple. If somebody comes up to you and hits you in the face out of nowhere. You don't even know this person, and they come up and hit you, or they come screaming up to you and screaming that you're a nigger, or you're a chink, or you're a spick, or you're a bitch, that you're a fucking prostituting whore. You name it. Anything. We know that that's not. We know that we don't want that done to us. So why then would we want it done to others? Why then we would accept us doing it to others? That's good. That's the example of what good is. Good is, being moral is, don't do unto others what you don't want done onto you. Do you need a fucking book to tell you this? You need words? You need some fucking imaginary asshole telling you this? Because it is imaginary. And I've done a video on how Christianity basically popped up during the latter days of the Roman Empire, and how a prominent Roman general who got elevated to being the emperor of the Empire of Rome. I think his name is Justinian or something like that. How he got together with the other nobles and other wealthy influentials to create the idea of religion, and basing it and mainly to fight against Judaism, because of the problems that the Jewish state back then, who was under the Roman occupation, was causing them problems with their religion. So Christianity, which is why Christianity has so much of what's in the Jewish. And that is why there's so much contradiction within Christianity. That is why you see so much vile nonsense in the Bible that completely and utterly contradicts, puts a lie to all the good philosophical and common sense and natural things that we don't really need anybody else to tell us. Because all we need to do is understand that we don't want to be stabbed by somebody, and we certainly don't expect to stab others, because we don't want to do it. We don't want it done to us. So what it comes down to is start thinking clearly, start getting angry, start getting concerned. No, don't start to get concerned. Be concerned, and be forceful, because existence isn't all that great right now, but existence in the future that's coming to us almost at warp speed is not something, if we think life is not all that great now, I mean, existence isn't all that great now. Yeah, well, you can bet your ass. It's not going to be, it's not going to be it's going to be much worse. And just look at the documentaries on World War II and and the rise of Nazi Germany. And when they talk about how even the public, a growing number of the public who who were the supposed accepted Aryan race, uh, were were more and more of them were coming under worry and concern for their safety, for their security, and so on and so forth. Just same way that happened in Russia during the time of the communist, the rise of communism, with Lenin and so on and so forth. This is the sort of stuff that we can expect, but that means we have to inform ourselves and inform others, and make a critical argument that pierces the veil of ignore and thereby ignorance. And we need to dial up the enlightened self interest towards solidarity, self preservation. That's what it comes down to. Thanks.